Hello, fellow booktubers. How is everybody? Wendy here. So today I am going to do a couple of fun things on the channel. I'm going to do a book tag, which you guys know I love book tags. This one I actually made up myself, so it's going to be interesting. So I'm going to tag two other booktubers at the end of this video. And I have a book review to do from an author, a fairly new author that has a book on Amazon that was gracious enough to ask me to review for her. So I was happy to do that and honored. And before I do either one of those things, I want to show you guys, I talked about in my last video that I wanted to try doing a reading log, like a book journal type of thing. And I did pick one up on Amazon. Here it is. I thought it was a cute cover, and it's got, you know, all the different things in here, like reviews, ratings, quotes from the book, when you started it, things like that inside. And I thought it was very cute, so I'm gonna give it a shot and try to keep up with this, because I think it's a nice thing to have to look back on. So that's that. We're going to start the book tag first, and then I'll go into the review. Okay, so hopefully you guys like this book tag since I made it up myself. All right, so what do you love about reading? So what I love about reading is a lot of things, but the two things that come to mind that are probably my favorite things are, number one, I love that books can take you like anywhere you want to go. Like you could go anywhere when you're reading a book. You can travel the world when you're reading a book. So that's one of the things I love. And the other thing I love is that books also uh, let you live vicariously through the characters in the book. So you can be like anything you want. You could be a queen, a king, a mermaid, a fairy, a knight, a wizard, whatever you want to be. You get to be in books, and it's like no other thing that you can experience. So those two things are predominantly what I love about books. The second thing is, how has reading had an impact on your life? So reading has had a big impact on my life. I think since I've been reading, which is, I don't even remember when I started, but since I was old enough to read, that um, reading, I think, is knowledge too. I think as a person that I have 50% of my books are like nonfiction books. You know, you can learn about any subject you want, and so reading is knowledge. Also, you also improve your vocabulary when you read. I feel like I've done that. You become more articulate when you read. In conversations, you have more to add to when you speak with somebody. You sound knowledgeable. You are considered well read. So there are many aspects to how reading has an impact on my life. But those are, you know, a couple of the big things that come to mind when I think about how reading has impacted my life. Number three is hardcover or paperback. So I would have to say hardcover. I do have paperback too, but hardcover I have a preference to. I just like the feel of it in your hand. I like the way it looks on a shelf. So hardcover is my favorite. Do you color coordinate your books? I do. These are not, like I said, these are like a quarter. There's two other shelves here that you can't see, but I'm in the middle of transitioning my books and getting new bookshelves and giving books away. And my husband has books too that he's doing the same with. So, and I'll show you guys all that when the new bookshelves are up as well. But so yeah, I do like to color coordinate them. I think they look pretty on the shelf. The next question is, do you have a favorite? Okay, I really liked this question, and that's why I thought of it. Do you have a favorite place to read? Well, the question after this too. These are two good questions, I thought. I do have a favorite place to read. I did get a new chair last year that was supposed to be my reading chair, and my dogs have taken it over. So they kind of fight over it. It's like their favorite chair too. It's a big, comfortable. It's called the cat napper, so it tells you how comfortable it is. And they've taken it over. So whenever I can get it, I will get it. It's in front of my fireplace, so I figured it would be perfect. But I didn't figure that the dogs were going to like it just as much as me. But anywhere that is quiet and comfortable is fine with me. Is my favorite place to read. The next question is the favorite. Do you have favorite weather that you like to read? Like favorite. I should have put favorite season 2 in this because this is this question I love because I do have a favorite weather to read in, and it's today. Today here in New York, it is rainy and not so nice out. So that's the that's the type of day that I love to. That's like a perfect reading day for me. You just grab your favorite throw, and you have a cup of hot cocoa or tea, coffee, whatever you like, and you just curl up with a book and get lost in it. That is to me perfect weather for reading. Also, I should have put season. I didn't, but wintertime is my favorite, and even fall, like when it's cold out. Same thing. Grab a heavy, cozy throw and your favorite beverage, something hot and preferably, and just curl up with a book, and that's it. That's all I need. Light some candles, which I pretty much always have lit. But yeah, that's like I love that. I think that's perfect. The next question is, do you read in bed? These two questions, do you read in bed and are you a Kindle user, go together because only for me they go together because my last video I talked about how I want to get a Kindle Paperwhite, which I am definitely going to invest in at some point because I do love to read in bed and I think that would be better from all the reviews that I've seen about it. It seems perfect to read in bed instead of my book light, and I just don't enjoy it as much. So I'm definitely going to invest in that. And I think that that would be perfect. And I do love to read in bed. It helps me fall asleep too, which I put in another video too, that I had trouble sleeping, which has gotten better since I've been reading more in bed. So they all tie in together. So is how long is too long of a book for you? I have one book that's like 1,000 pages that I've never finished. So most of my books are 300 to 400 pages. That's perfect for me. I think not that I wouldn't read a book that's longer, but I feel that the longer the book, I wouldn't be able to get through it as quickly as I would, a shorter book. So that gives me more time to read more books. So I don't read a lot of really long books because of that. But yeah, I think 300 to 400 pages is perfect. The last question is, do you bring your books with you when you go out? Yes, I do. So if I have like a doctor's appointment, or I'm bringing my mom to a doctor's appointment, or I have to wait anywhere, any place that involves waiting, I always grab my book because I'd rather, be reading a book while I have to wait than sit there and, really be on my phone, because that's what most people do. But I'm trying to get away from doing that while I'm, sitting, waiting, doing something like that. I'd rather just read a book. So yeah, so that is my book tag that I made up. So hopefully you guys like this, and again, I will tag 2 booktubers at the end of this video, and hopefully they can pass it on and have some fun with it as well. And last but certainly not least is my book review. The name of this book is called Connecting the Dots to Life Eternal by Denese B. Artis. And here it is. It's a very pretty cover. And then she's on the back of this. You guys can see it. So this book was a very feel-good book. I thought it was very well written. It's a book, plain and simple, about a woman's great faith. That's what the heart of this book is. It follows her from her early beginnings when she was young, to college, to when she met her husband. It involves losses in her life and how her faith has pulled her through that, and how it really did connect the dots, because everything in her life, she saw a pattern of how one incident affected another, or meeting one person was meant to happen. And it's very relatable because I've noticed that in my life. I'm sure you have too. I agree that I don't think there are any coincidences in life. I think that everything happens for a reason, and everything that's meant to happen is supposed to happen. And I think that she really conveys that in this book. There's a lot of loss in her life, and her faith definitely helped her propel her through that grief and really gave her courage to go on, and great strength. And you could feel that in her writing, that the emotion in that, which I loved. The prologue for this book, I'm just going to read to you guys, because it really is the premise for this book. And she says, at any point in this life, all we have is now. This hour, this minute, this second, the present, and whatever it represents. How did I get here to my present now? I've always felt that life is a stage and we're all just playing a part. We each assume different roles that we didn't even audition for. Am I the only one who noticed that no matter where I went, I was there? The people, places, and things were different, but there I was, never feeling as if I belonged. Looking back on all of my now moments, I realized that what I saw as the randomness of life were actually pivotal points propelling me into my present now. So again, you know, she's talking about things that happened in her life that she started to see a connection with. And I agree totally with that. Like, all we do have is now, and very few of us live in the now. I try to remind myself to do that as well, but we don't live in the now. And this book is perfect for what's going on in the world right now too, because it talks about how, important faith is. And it's just a very feel good book. It gives you something to ponder, things to think about, and this woman conveys them beautifully. And I really enjoyed her journey. It also talks about her publishing of this book and getting this book published, and thinking about writing this book, and her, what she went through with the publishing part of this book. And it's really well written. She's very intuitive. She also speaks about things that she had a knowing about that actually happened, and that is because of her great faith, I believe. She's very in tune with herself. People that have great faith, I think, are very in tune with themselves. They know who they are, and she certainly seems to be one of those people, and conveys it beautifully in this book. So I give this book 5 stars. I think you guys should check this book out. Definitely pick it up. Anybody could benefit from it. It's just a very feel-good book written by a woman that has great faith, and we should all have that faith as much as we can, like she does, because it definitely pulls you through some really tough times in your life. I know I've had to rely on faith a few times in my life for some really difficult, very hard times in my life, and I always feel like there is somebody watching out. So I agree with her in a lot of aspects of this book. And so pick it up. It is called Connecting the Dots to Life Eternal by Denese B. Artis, and it's Denese. And I think you will enjoy it. It's on Amazon. Go get it. So that is it, guys. The 2 booktubers that I am tagging for my book tag is Jess, Book Girl TV. And I hope I didn't screw that up, Jessica. It's Jess, Book Girl TV. I tag her, and I also tag Gina Stanier. You guys are tagged to do this book tag. I'll have it at the end of this video, and hopefully you guys will have fun with it and tag some more people, and they'll have fun with it. So that's it. That is a wrap. Thank you all for hitting that subscribe button and that like button. Keep doing it. It shows me that you like the content here, and I appreciate every one of your likes and subscribes, because it definitely helps my channel grow. So keep it up. And that's it. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week. I will see you guys again on Friday. I'll tell you about my new job. And that's it. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you later.